Is lit. All right, guys, welcome to the call, man. I'm so excited to be here as again each and every single Monday. And I love starting this thing out with shout outs, man, so you can just hear about who's moving, who's grooving. And if you're not shouting out anybody in your organization, that says a lot about your organization. All right. You want to be shouting people out in your organization. That this is a very, very, very big deal, man. Take this first half of this call very seriously, man, because people will they'll never forget how you made them feel. So when you shout somebody out, a part of your family, for the big things, for the small things that they did, in front of 400 people, 300 people, 500 people, and they always gonna remember that, and they always gonna want to put the work in each and every single day. And I just love hearing from people that are doing great things, man, at young ages, 19, 17, 18 years old, because I can just imagine where they're going to be at over the next 3 years, the next 5 years, the next 10 years, whatever the case may be. I got involved in entrepreneurship at 23 years old. I know like maybe 60% of the call is under the age of 23. That's when I got started in entrepreneurship. So when somebody comes into the business 19, 20, 21 years old, you can fail for like 3 to 4 years and be where I started at with all that experience, yo. Like I started at 23, and now you see me here today as a chairman 50. I got involved in entrepreneurship 3 years ago. Look at me today. Just imagine where you can be if you stay committed, you stay in the process, you keep going, and you just keep the vision in front of you and don't let the vision get blurred, because that's the only thing that will allow somebody or move somebody to get in a car and drive 17 hours to go show the plan. If some people on this call, you won't even get in your car and drive across town to go show the plan, but you say you want to go chairman. See, there's a certain level of activity that has to follow the words that come out of your mouth. I believe JVL is the one that said this, so I'm gonna steal his quote, that your feet have to move as fast as your mouth. Let your feet move as fast as your mouth. See, when you say you want to become a master trader, you say you want to be the man on the charts, you say you want to retire your mom and create generational wealth, guess what? There has to be some action with your feet that follow that. Your hands have to go onto the plow and get to work. Your words mean nothing without the work. Your words mean nothing without the work. You got to put the work in every single day, because your actions is proof that you really, really believe in something, right? Your action is proof that you really have faith. Your action is proof that you really believe. Your preparation is proof that you really believe. I said it 2 calls ago. Some people will never get what they want because they're never prepared for what they prayed for. See, some of you guys pray for, or you talk about making 6 figures. You talk about, doing this. You talk about doing that. But you don't have certain things in order. There's certain things that you have to have done. There's a certain level of work, a certain level of habits that have to be formed for certain things just to come to you. There's a certain level of preparation. You got to work. You got to work on your skill set. You got to work on prospering. You got to work on presenting. You got to work on promoting for events. You got to be on the charts vigorously each and every single day for this vision that you had to really come to pass. But see, if you're not prepared, it won't happen for you. Your preparation is proof that you really have faith. See, Noah's preparation by building an ark was proof that he really believed that God was going to send the rain, even though he had never seen rain before. And when he was telling other people that the rain was coming, nobody believed him. They weren't prepared. So what happened? They got washed up in the flood. But because Noah was prepared, because Noah listened, guess what? We're all descendants of him. You feel what I'm saying? So again, your work is going to be proof that you really, really, really believe. See, if you're not doing nothing, that just means you don't believe. If you're not on the charts all day, you don't believe. If you're not showing the plan, if you're not working on your skill set, if you're not thinking about how can I do differently in 2020, look at your results. Remember, it's 50 days to close out the year. It's 50 days before the year is over. 50. So not only is a new year about to begin, but a new decade is about to begin, right? If you're somebody that's, got a little age of 25, 26 and up, think about the last 10 years what you've been doing in your life. I know a lot of you guys are probably in elementary school 10 years ago, but just think about this. We're going to move into a new freaking decade. What are you going to do differently in this new decade? What are you going to do differently in 2020 to have your 2020 vision come to pass? Do you even have a 2020 vision? Do you have something that you want to get done in 2020? Because your word is going to be proof that you believe in your words that are coming out of your mouth. Your work is going to be proof that you really, really have faith. You showing up every single week for whatever you need to be showing up for, whether it's a call, whether it's an event, whether it's a meeting, whatever the case may be. You got to show up, because a large part of your success is going to be you just showing up every single freaking day. And you have to be intentional about it, which leads me into the topic for tonight, intentionality. So let's go to the dictionary and look up what intentional means. Intentional, done on purpose or deliberate. Done on purpose or deliberate. All right, write this down. Intentionality will change your reality. Intentionality will change your reality. When you look at people that are successful, they became successful because of the things that they did intentionally. Right? The things that they did intentionally. And your success is going to be based on how many successful days that you have. See, every day is not going to be a success. Some days are going to be like, everything just don't go our way, whatever the case may be. We're gonna have days or moments within our day where that day we didn't really win that day. We may have a day where we're lazy and we don't show the plan because we're humans and we're all flawed. Nobody's perfect, right? And when you can recognize your weaknesses, you don't become susceptible to your weaknesses. A lot of people don't know how to recognize that they're not perfect. A lot of people don't know how to recognize that, hey man, you're not going to win every single game. But here's the key. You got to win more days. You got to win more games than you lose. And that's how you have a winning record. So your success is increased, right? Your level of success is going to be increased based on how many successful days that you have, how many days you're intentional about going out there and creating success for yourself, but not just yourself, but for other people. So going back to intentional, something that's done on purpose or deliberate, right? So you got to be intentional about your success every single day. You got to wake up on purpose, in purpose, to go out there and get something accomplished, right? You got to wake up on purpose, right? To go out there to fulfill a purpose that's going to get something done, whatever it may be, but you got to be intentional about it. But it's a few areas that I kind of was thinking about earlier that you want to be intentional about. And one of them is growth, right? You got to be intentional about your growth because here's the deal. What you are today, you will forever be without intentional growth. What you are today, you will forever be without intentional growth. So look at who you are today. If you don't focus on intentional growth every single day, you will always be that person. I know people right now that I came up with, family members, just people that I just know that they're the same person today that they were 5 years ago. They're the same. And I'm sure you know somebody just like that as well. Like 5 years done passed, but nothing has changed in that person's life. Their mindset hasn't changed. Their friends haven't changed. Their bank account hasn't changed. Like their job probably hasn't changed. Everything is the same. Because without intentional growth, what you are today, you will forever be. So you have to focus on growing every single day intentionally. Intentionally, that means deliberately, on purpose. You're waking up with a purpose, on purpose, to get something done deliberately. You want to pick areas to grow in, right? You want to pick areas to grow in. You want to spend all your time, family, or like 80% of your time growing your strengths. Growing your strengths, not weaknesses, right? Working on weaknesses is cool, but you want to spend the majority of your time working on your strengths, because when you spend enough time working on your strengths overpower, they overshadow your weaknesses. You look at people like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, they didn't spend a whole lot of time working on their weaknesses. They spent a whole lot of time working on their strengths because they knew their strengths, right, was better than somebody else's strength, or they knew that their strengths will overshadow the areas where they were weak at. So you got to pick areas that you want to become better at, whether it's speaking, whether it's trading, whether it's prospecting, whether it's I don't know, whatever area that you want to grow in. You got to pick time out of your day, schedule time out of your day to grow in that area every single day. and do it intentionally. Because again, without growth, without intentional growth, family, what you are today, you will forever be. And understand this: there's a difference between, if you're sharing your screen, Corinne, April, please stop, please. I'm sure it was an accident, but just unshare it for us real quick. Okay, let me do this. All right, cool. So there's a difference between good intentions and intentional living. There's a completely difference between good intentions and intentional living. See, the road to poverty is paved with good intentions. The road to poverty is paved with good intentions. Paved with it. Because again, your intentions have to convert over to actions. That's why you have to live intentionally. How many times have we said, oh, that person meant well, but whatever the result was, it wasn't what we wanted? Or I had good intentions, right? But the result wasn't what we wanted. See, somebody can go out there and rob a bank because they had intentions of taking care of their family, but that's not the result that we wanted. Or somebody could have intentions on doing something for their boyfriend or their girlfriend, their husband, their wife, but they don't do it, but they had the intention to do it. Somebody could have the intention, right, of going out there to create wealth. But because it's an intention, if it's not followed through with the way that you live your life, guess what? You're going to be in the same position that you're in today. I believe that 95% of people, they have good intentions, but they don't follow through with their intentions. They're not deliberate. They're not putting the hammer to the nail every single day on purpose to fulfill their purpose, whatever that purpose may be for that particular time. You got to be intentional about getting done. That's how you're going to create the success that you really, really want to see. That's how it's going to happen for you, family. You being intentional about your growth every single day. You want to have a growth game plan. You want to know, like, okay, these are the days where I was doing this, right? On this week, I'm going to study this. This week, I'm going to grow in this area, because you got to understand, network marketing, trading, all of that stuff is cool. But the things that you want to be able to say, hey, when I was with this organization, when I was with, this group, when I was with this family, I not only made money, but I set goals to grow. I was intentional about my growth every single day. I became a better person. That's what it's about. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. See, if you're intentional about your success in your business, you'll be intentional about your success in relationships. If you're intentional about your success in relationships, you'll be intentional about your success in business. How you do anything is how you do everything. So you want to be focused on growth every single day, because without continued growth, what you are today, you will forever be. What you are today, you will forever be without intentional growth. And you want to move, again, family, from good intentions to intentional living. That's where your success is going to be created at. You're intentional every single day. So the first area you want to be intentional about is your growth. The second area that you want to be intentional about, family, is adding value to people. But before you can add value to people, you got to become a person of value. And it's better to become a person of value than become a person of success. Because when you're a person of value, you can be used in any area. Any area. When you're a person of value, it doesn't matter. See, if I'm only successful in the financial world, I'm probably not valuable in something that's outside of my finances, or some type of financial industry, or some type of financial meeting, or some type of financial something. But if I'm a person of value, I can go in any meeting room, I can go in any school, I can go in any industry, any environment, and add value to that organization, add value to that group of people, add value to somebody's family, because I'm a person of value, not somebody that just pursues success. Because sometimes when you only focus on pursuing success, you can forget why you're looking to become successful. And if you're at a place right now where you're frustrated because your success hasn't happened for you yet, Chairman 10, Chairman 25, Chairman 50, it hasn't happened for you yet, and you're finding yourself frustrated, you're finding yourself like, not excited about everything, check the motives of why you want it. Check the motives of why you want success. And see, that's why I have a hard time getting flustered. That's why I have a hard time getting like depressed. That's how I have a hard time getting agitated or mad about the business, about the back office, about people dropping out of the business, about somebody not coming to an event, somebody not getting on the call. I do a launch event for somebody, nobody show. It's hard for me to get mad about that type of stuff, right? Because I know, again, family, where I'm going, right? I know where I'm going, and I'm focused on becoming a person of value every single day. I'm not focused on the what's happening in front of me at this moment, and I know why I want it. That's the biggest reason why it's hard for me to get like flustered or depressed or I'm showing negative signs of emotions because I know where my focus lies at. My focus is on the future and my focus is not on distractions. My focus is on where I'm going, not where I'm at today. My focus is only on the things that I can control, my attitude and my activity, not who's signing up, not who's dropping out of the business. That's not where my focus is at. It's only focused on the vision of where it is that we're going. Man, I just bought this jacket, man. What in the world going on? See? Zara, man. But anyway, so again, you want to be focused on where it is that you're going. You want to be focused on the vision. You want to be focused on why you want success. Because a lot of times when somebody, their motive or their heart posture isn't in the right place for that success, that's one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people get flustered. That's why a lot of people get like mad or, they start talking negatively about the process, whatever the case may be, or their emotions just not in check because the reason why they want success has nothing to do or it's not in alignment as to why they should want that success. Meaning, I want to become successful so I can take a crap on the people that doubted me. I want to become successful so I can have the cars and the clothes and the money. Your success has to be rooted in something deeper than that, family. Because when your success is rooted in something deeper than that, you can't get mad at the process. You can't get mad at the process because your success isn't necessarily about you. That's why people get depressed. People talk a lot about mental health. Well, the reason why people get depressed and the reason why people, just not in the right mental state where they should be is because they spend their time thinking about them. They spend their time thinking about them. I just got dumped. I just got divorced. My mom just died. My dad just died. I just lost this. I just lost my house. I just. The focus is on them. But what if while you're going through your process, what if while you're going through something traumatic, what if while you were just here? What if you decided to say, hey, I don't want to focus on me, but I want to find a way to focus on other people? Because again, the thing that you want to be intentional about, number one, is your growth. Number two, is becoming a person of value. That's 2A. 2B, right? The second part to that is becoming a person of value so you can now add value to other people. That's where you want to be intentional at, because intentionality will change your reality. So you want to become a person of value and then focus on that, adding value to other people. That helps with recruiting. That helps with prospecting. That helps with promoting for events. That helps with everything when you became a person of value and focus on providing value to other people and taking the focus off of you and what's going on with you. You help enough people get what they want, you always get what you want. All right. The secret to living is giving. You want to give value. See, a lot of times when people say giving, they think about money. They think you have to give money. No, you can give value. You can give love. You can give time. You can give attention. You can give education. Right? It's so many things that you can give to people where they're going to see that as valuable. Because the secret to living is giving. You only get to keep what you give. So focus on becoming a person of value, not a person of success, multiplying that, providing value to other people. But the third part of value is encouraging other people, i.e. your organization, to multiply that value to other people. So I became intentional about becoming a person of value, not a person that pursues success. Then I became intentional about providing value to other people. And then I became intentional about encouraging my whole entire organization, my family, people that I hang around, people on my social media. I became intentional about encouraging them to provide value to other people. So now I'm multiplying my value. I'm multiplying my seeds that I've sowed. Because don't get it twisted, family. You don't always have to be the person that sows the seed. You just gotta be the person that sparked the interest. You gotta be the person that sowed the seed into somebody, and then they sowed that seed into somebody else. That's where the success is gonna happen for you. Because guess what happens? You sow enough seeds, guess what? You're gonna reap a harvest. You're going to reap a harvest. But see, a lot of people think that harvest time, harvest season means I just sit back and I collect the check. They think harvest time means I just sit back and, abundance just falls in my lap. Well, you never reap with the same tool that you sowed with. So that means the tools that you sow with, of you prospecting, presenting, promoting, whatever the case may be, is going to be a different set of tools that you'll reap with. But those tools, you still have to use the tools. You still have to work. You still got to do something. The harvest just doesn't come. Like, I'm sure we got some people on the call today that you probably worked in a field at some point in your life. And you understand that when I sow the seeds, when I plant the corn, when I plant whatever it is I'm planting, I have to still go out there to the field to pick the stuff up. It don't just walk into my house. It don't just come to me. I still got to go out there and get it. But guess what? The same tool that you sow with won't be the same tool that you reap with. So that means, to break it down, that means the same work, the hard, vigorous activity that you put into sowing, it won't be the same type of hard, vigorous activity, because now we're just going to flow to you. You just got to get out there and go get it. So when you become a person of value, you provide value to other people, right? And then you encourage them. They see you leading. They see you providing value. Guess what they decide to do? They decide to multiply your value. It's their value, but you're the one that encouraged them to become a person of value. They multiply that value to so many people. These are seeds that are indirectly coming from you. Guess what happened? You're going to always reap. See, if you're not reaping anything, if you haven't reaped anything in 2019, that means you probably haven't sowed many seeds yet. Or you may have started sowing seeds late in the year, late in the process of this year. So that means, guess what? The seeds are going to begin to take root 2020. But what would happen if you focus on sowing seeds every single day? What would happen if you were intentional about your growth every single day? Because watch this, you cannot pour from an empty cup. There's no way you can pour from an empty cup. I thought I had a cup over here, right? But you can't pour from any cup. Your cup has to be filled. Your cup has to be full so that you can pour value into somebody else. So that's why you have to be intentional about your growth. Very intentional about your growth. Because if you're not intentional about your growth, family, you won't be a person of value. You're just somebody that's pursuing success every single day. Nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times when we only pursue success, we forget why we're pursuing the success, or we lose track of who we are in the process of us pursuing the success. So on our journey to success, we can have our head down, working hard, working to become a chairman 10, working to become a 6-figure trader, 7-figure trader. That's our goal. We're working on that, but we're not focusing on providing any love, any value to anybody else. So it's all about us. It's all about me, instead of we. And when that happens, when something happens to you in your process, guess what? You now get discouraged. You now get depressed. But if it wasn't about you, if it was about other people, you wouldn't care, because you know why you're pursuing. You know why you want what it is that you want. And it's not just about you. It's about other people. And you know that you can't control it. You know that somebody else is in control. So all you do is let that person drive the car. You just sit in the passenger seat. and you stop trying to control it. You just do what you're supposed to do. You work. You show the plan. You get on the charts. You provide value. You focus on growth. You multiply the value to other people. There's only so much you can do to become successful, family. Anything else is you manipulating the outcome. You trying to force your way to become successful. And if you gotta force your way in, if you gotta force your way in, meaning it didn't just come to you, you didn't create it, you forced it. Guess what? You have to be the one to maintain it. If you forced it, you got to be the one to maintain it. If you forced it, you have to be the one to maintain it. If it's man-made, meaning you forced it, right? If it's man-made, it don't flow. When it's God-made, it flows. That's why you can only do what you're supposed to do. You go above and beyond, but anything outside that, family, you just gotta let this thing happen to you, happen for you. And guess what that takes? Somebody drop in the chat box what that take. Let's see if somebody get it right. There it goes. Sierra was the first one to drop it. Sierra, send me a cash out after the call. Right? It takes faith. And see, to do that, guess what? Your faith has to be vulnerable. People don't like being vulnerable. That's why they have a hard time of just creating something, doing the work, and then just letting it flow however the chips may fall. Because you can roll the dice, but God determines how they fall. God is a God of outcomes. We're people of process. God controls the outcomes. I'm a person of process. God is the God of outcomes. That's what it's about, family. That's what it's about. So we become intentional about our growth, right? We become intentional about our growth. And being intentional about your growth means getting to the places where you can grow, getting into an environment, because here's the deal. You're a seed. You're a seed. You are a seed. So if you're a seed, that means you have to put yourself in an environment that's going to be conducive for you to grow. That's why you got to be at the events. That's why you got to be in Dallas. That's why you got to be in Atlanta. That's why you got to be in London. For the people that's coming to Bob Proctor in January, that's why I got to be in Bob Proctor in January. If you want to go to Bob Proctor, it's $1,000 a seat. All right. So that's going to show who's serious about growing. We got a few more VIP tickets. All right. It's $1,000 a seat. So guess what? We just had Jamar do it, 19 years old. We just had Tim do it at, I think Tim was 17, 18 years old when he did it. Turbo Sosa did it at 17. JVL did it at 19. You're a full-grown adult. You're 21 and up. Why are you questioning it? You should be there because you got to be intentional about your growth. And if I'm a seed, I got to be in the right environment that's conducive for me to grow. So why not start the year with the right seeds planted? Houston, Atlanta, LA, London, right? Oh, that's a lot. Yes, a lot. That's why you start preparing today. You don't wait till the last minute. You don't wait till January to say, oh, let me look at my flight for Houston. Let me look at my flight for Atlanta. That means you're not being intentional. If I'm intentional about my success, I'm going to look at flights today. If I'm intentional about my success, I'm going to look at it and say, okay, I got this job check coming in. This check is going to be X amount of dollars. I'm going to take something from this check. I'm going to put it towards my flight. I'm going to take something from my next check, put it towards my flight. That covers my flight to Houston. The next check, I'm going to take a piece of that, and I'm going to put it towards Airbnb. Matter of fact, let me see who on my team wants to go so we can say, hey, we can split the Airbnb. Right now it's November. We just need this thing in the next 2 months by January. See, that's what you'll be doing if you're intentional about growth. You're going to be waiting to the last minute to say, oh, you know, man, flights, they're expensive. Yeah, I bet you waited till the last week. But what would happen if you bought your flight right now and the event was in January? What would happen if you bought your flight in mid-December? But see, if you're not intentional, if you're not doing things deliberately, if you're not doing things on purpose, guess what you'll do? You'll wait till the last minute. Nothing wrong with waiting till the last minute if you know, like you know you're going to be there. But listen, if you're somebody that's already thinking like, man, I'm strapped for cash, you start saving now. You start saving now. You start saving now. One day we're going to do a call about money management. One day. All right. Because I think it's very important that people learn how to manage their money. Because when you learn how to manage your money, you can do things. And I'm speaking from experience. I know what it's like to not manage money. And when life hits you, when you need to do things, you got to like tooth, nail, claw, and everything just to make ends meet, or just to get to an event. You come back from the event and you don't have any funds because you weren't managing your money right before the event. All right. So we'll do a call about that one day. But anywho, moving back to the call. All right. So intentional about growth, intentional about value, becoming a person of value, adding value to others, encouraging people to then go out there and multiply that value to other people. And the last area that you want to be intentional about, and for the sake of the call, not the last area period, but the last area for the sake of the call, I believe is going to be intentional about your gratitude. You want to be intentional about your gratitude. Gratitude is a seed for more, family. Gratitude is what attracts favor in your life. All right. Gratitude is a seed for more, and gratitude attracts favor in your life. When you draw near to God, he draws near to you. Gratitude is what keeps you connected to power, or gratitude allows you to exercise power. Gratitude allows you to exercise your power because gratitude keeps you connected to power. What I mean by that is when you're grateful, when you're thankful for the things that are showing up in your life, that means you have to always acknowledge your God, your higher power, right? That means you always have to acknowledge that person. You draw near to him, he draws near to you. That's how you begin to increase the favor, because in order for you to do that, that takes faith. If you're intentional about it, guess what begins to happen to your life? You begin to attract the things that you want. They just begin to come because your gratitude is multiplying everything. Gratitude is the ultimate multiplier. Ungratefulness is the ultimate disqualifier. Gratefulness is the ultimate multiplier. Ungratefulness is the ultimate disqualifier. When you're ungrateful, it disqualifies you from the things that you want. Right? So you got to get into an attitude of gratitude every single day. You want to get into an attitude of gratitude. I have this thing, it's in the living room, but I have a gratitude journal. And in this gratitude journal, I was writing everything I was grateful for every single day. Every single day, without fail. Every single day I was writing what I was grateful for every single day. I got to buy a new one now. But anywho, right? Doing stuff like that, it keeps you connected, right, to a higher power, keeps you connected to God, right? And that allows you to attract things that you want into your life. But more importantly, right, it just slipped my mind. It'll come back to me. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3. Let me go find it. Dang, it literally just slipped my mind, right? But again, your gratitude, family, is what's going to allow you to attract the things that you really, really want to see in your life. And you have to be intentional about your gratitude every single day. Yeah, hot up in this piece. You got to be intentional about your gratitude every single day. So write down 10 things. This is something practical that you can do. Write down 10 things, 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for every single day. Have a moment in your day where you just give gratitude. You just give thanks. Because again, the invisible things are what create the visible things. The invisible things are what creates the visible things. Your success is going to be created by the things that can't be seen. Your faith, your gratitude, your expectation, your belief system. That's what creates success, because that's what drives the activity, family. That's what drives my faith, drives my work. My belief level drives my work. My gratitude drives my work. My expectation drives my work. But when there's a lack of gratitude, when there's a lack of faith, when there's a lack of belief, when there's a lack of expectation, there's going to be a lack of work, because there's nothing that's driving it. That's why it's important to understand that gratitude allows you to exercise your power, because gratitude is what keeps you connected to power, infinite power, power that doesn't run out. It keeps you connected to that, allowing things to speed up in your life. And the only thing, like I have a 9-year-old son, right? I have a 9-year-old son. And I remember when my first weekend I spent with him, Like in early October, I had bought him a couple of things, and he said, "Man, I can't wait till I can pay you back." I'm thinking like, dude, you'll never be able to pay me back, right? My son Keegan, whatever I do for Keegan, he'll never pay me back. The only thing a child can give his father is gratitude. So the only thing that you can give your father is gratitude, because the things that he gives you, he freely gives them to you. Your success freely given to you. Your ability to see, it's like if you're somebody that can understand trading, you're somebody that can understand the charts, right? You're probably 20%, 15%, 10% of the whole entire group chat. Everybody can't understand the charts right now. That is a gift that was given to you that you got to be grateful for every single day. Do you understand how people complain about blowing accounts? Do you understand how people complain about not being able to understand what's happening in the market? The fact that you can see what's happening, that's something to be grateful for every single day. And you need to acknowledge the skill set that was given to you. You didn't do anything to earn that. It was given to you. Do you understand when people sit on the charts every single day, just like you do, and they still can't trade yet? There's a reason. Somebody gave it to you before they gave it to them. Be grateful for it, because what you fail to acknowledge can exit your life. Whatever you fail to acknowledge can exit your life. If you have a relationship and you don't acknowledge what the other person is doing, guess what? They're going to feel like you don't value them. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to exit your life. So understand that the only thing a child can give a father is gratitude. That's the only thing you can give God for the things that he's given you, your gratitude. That's what keeps you connected to power. You being grateful. Every time you say, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, that connects you to power. That power works inside of you. You go out there and do the work. Boom, you're a chairman. You're a trader because you're grateful for the small things. Being able to trade. Like so many people probably never thought about that. That's a gift. You didn't earn it. It's a gift. Think about how many people sit on the charts every day, just like you. 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day. But for some reason, they still haven't been able to get it yet. But you have. That's a gift. Be grateful for it every day. Grateful, gratitude. It's the seed for more. Imagine, right? You being grateful. You're showing your gratefulness. You're displaying your gratitude every single day. Imagine doing that over the course of time, because look at how far you've gotten without even acknowledging the fact that somebody gave you the skill set. Somebody's giving you the skill set. Somebody gave you the car. Somebody gave you the home. Somebody gave you the bank account that you currently have. Somebody gave you your network, your resources. Like small things, not even nothing big, very small. But guess what? In the word small is all. You be grateful for the small things, you'll get all things. You gotta find your gratitude. You gotta find your gratitude. I'm telling you, because when you find your gratitude, that's what transforms. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, God. When you find your gratitude, that's what transforms anxiety into peace. When you find your gratitude, that's what changes frustratedness into gratefulness. When you find your gratitude, gratitude is the only way to shift the mindset. It don't matter what's happening in your life. When you go from X, Y, and Z is happening to finding gratitude in the midst of that situation, your heart posture changes. Your mentality begins to change. It's hard to be mad when you're grateful for something. That's why I got to get intentional about being grateful every single day. Every day. The smallest things, air that you can breathe, food that you have, is people that I just adopted another son. So I have 3 sons now, right? So let me show you guys my 3rd son. Um, man, where is it at? All right, cool. So this is my third son. He's in Africa. I mean, I'm gonna see everybody can see it. Right. This is my third son. He's in Africa. I just adopted him in October. Right. His name is Pierre. Pierre lives in Africa. Pierre doesn't have shoes. Pierre has to walk like miles to get to school. Pierre's family, right? The place that he lives at, right? The age expectancy, right, to live is, I think, was 18 years old. Boys, like when they get 18, they die from gang violence, malnourishment, whatever the case may be. He lives in the slums of Africa. That keeps me so grateful. That alone keeps me so grateful. The fact that $38 a month saves his life. $38. Listen, $38, changing everything about his life. Everything. Do you understand what you have to be grateful for now? You may not have the best situation right now. You may not be financially where you want to be at right now, but understanding this concept will always keep you grateful. Somebody else always has it worse. Understanding that somebody always has it worse. So when you're thinking about your business, oh, my business is going backwards. Guess what? People in Mexico got it worse. Oh, I don't have any money to trade with. Guess what? My adopted son, Pierre, who's 4 years old, who's only expected to live another 14 years, he has it way worse. You understand? That's why you have to be grateful for everything that you have. The fact that you even are a part of this organization and you have the ability to learn how to trade. Pierre does not have that ability. He doesn't have that option. Pierre's brothers and sisters, they don't have that option. Listen, doesn't have shoes. He's 4. Doesn't have the tools, doesn't have the resources, doesn't have the internet, doesn't have this stuff that we Americans take for granted. That alone should keep you grateful every single day. So if you've never thought that you had anything to be grateful for before the call, because you've been thinking, oh, my life isn't what I want to be yet. Oh, I'm not a chairman. Oh, I'm not a chairman 25. I'm not a chairman 50. I'm not, man, screw all that. It's somebody that always has it worse. That's why I got to be grateful for the thing that you have today. Because when you're not grateful for the thing that you have today, you telling God, like, dang, bro, like what you gave me is cool, but it's not enough. Ungrateful. So family, focus on growth. Focus on being intentional about your growth, because without continued growth, what you are today, you will forever be. All right. Focus on adding value to other people, becoming a person of value, encouraging people to go out there and multiply their values to others. And then gratitude. Become a person of gratitude. Be somebody that's grateful every single day about everything that's happening in your life, whether it's good or bad. Because remember, somebody always has it worse. Somebody always has it worse. So it's 11:07, guys. We're going to jump off this call. They want to keep you guys too long, but I kind of got lost on a tangent there. But last thing, if you want to adopt a kid in Africa or anywhere part of the world, let me know. It's only $38 a month. I plan on adopting. I'm gonna have a whole lot of kids under my tutelage, right? I'm gonna have a whole lot of kids. I'm gonna be adopting kids all the time. Supporting, providing for people that who else gonna do it if we don't, right? Who else is gonna do it if we don't? That's money is a tool. Money is a tool, and you're supposed to use this tool to fix other people's problems, to fix other people's situations. Your money is a resource, not just for you, but for other people. Remember, the secret to living is giving. You only get to keep what you give. So if you want to keep money, give money. Right? With that being said, I love you all. I will see you at the bank. Good night. God bless. Let's have an amazing freaking week. Love you all.